Peace, peace, and greetings. What's going on? So yeah, quick video, man. We gonna be talking about this Trump business. So here's the thing. If you pay attention, you see how every single broadcast that's being displayed, everybody is locking in. Everybody got prophecies. You know, this is the thing. This is the thing today. Everybody think they a prophet. Like why? What out of like what's going on? Like it's really a trend now. It's a bunch of bandwagons that these cats just be jumping on, and it's like crazy. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's just like a whole bunch of animals, you know, having a stampede, and you on a sideline watching this, and you like, yeah, well, everybody going this way, so I should go this way. That's how these niggas move. You know what I mean? That's how these niggas move. Like I don't get it, man. You know what? I do get it. I'm not gonna say I don't get it. I do. I get the fact that it's more followers continuously than it is leaders. And not to mention, it's a bunch of fake people on a planet. It's a bunch of fake conscious people on the planet. It's a bunch of fake woke people on this goddamn planet. You know, everybody following a frequency. My hair a little dry. I mean, I'm gonna throw the sage spray up in there, and put some more oil. And I'm about to guzzle down a big thing of water, man. That Saratoga. I guess I'm gonna drink that down, and I'm gonna have me a good little meal. This shadow hour. Some garbanzo beans with the green onion, which we call scallions. I'm gonna throw them joints up in there. Some bok choy and some quinoa. For now, I had some seeded grapes, the ruby joints. I had them joints. Ooh, they had me filled up. And I had me a mango earlier. I was gonna get me some little tortilla chips and all that, but I'm like, my inner senses told me not to even eat that. Even though it got the ingredients, I say about two ingredients, like the the corn ingredient, and the I think the whole grain or wheat, which ain't really good ingredients like that, but you know, something to manage. But something told me not to deal, man. Don't buy that. I ain't even want to buy the salsa. I ain't even want to buy none of that stuff, man. The pite caballo, whatever that Mexican stuff called. You know what I mean? I ain't even want to deal, because it's like, yo, the way the food industry is flowing right now is very deceiving. You don't know what you chopping down on. You know what I'm saying? They even got potato chips, under foreign observation. You know what I'm saying? Foreign ingredients and stuff like that. They recycle these ingredients too. You know what I mean? These factories feeding you poisons, man. But yeah, back on topic, because I did change the gear a bit. Yeah, the whole thing is that everybody is following a program. Everything that's being broadcasted in the media is everybody is following, because that's the signal. They picked up the signal. You gotta know, man, real souls, we don't entertain this shit that's going on down here. You gotta know that what's going on is what's fin to transpire, and it's inevitable. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? Your main concern or main goal should be to raise your vibration and stay the fuck out the way. You know what I'm saying? Because the lords of light is doing the work, and we doing the work by continuously doing what we supposed to do with following the cosmic laws. You know, when it comes to the soul, and connecting with that sun, which is the general. Okay, that's the head honcho. That's the general. So with that being said, this whole Trump business and stuff like that, you gotta understand where you at in the position of the planet that you on. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you are, that should be your main concern. With whatever position you are on this goddamn planet, that's the position, that's the area you should be focused on. You know, you focused on all this shit that's going on in all these other countries and all that shit don't have nothing to do with you. Don't have nothing to do with y'all. Especially the so-called black race. Don't have nothing to do with y'all. As far as how they moving. But all of this shit is to distract us, to target us. You gotta understand, which y'all do understand off and ready, because everybody gets the gist. All of a sudden, everybody's a prophet. We all know that the so-called black race is an enemy on their own freaking planet. You know what I mean? We got enemies within where we preside, where we reside. You know what I'm saying? Going against us, targeting us. You know what I'm saying? We enemies in our own freaking. You know what I mean? So, but also this is a test. That's what I'm saying. These tactics is training you to be a God warrior. That is the whole gist behind that. That's the reality. Because reality is God. And you must carry yourself as one. Forget about the 9 to 5s and all that type of shit. All that shit that's out here in the mainstreams, out here in the public, your corporations and all of that, it's all distractions, agendas, and it is all referencing to the cube. The cube. That's what it all boils down to. The freaking cube, you know? So, yeah. Which are programs. Man. So, yeah, man. Y'all need to start liking these videos. Y'all come up on the channel but don't like shit. You know what I mean? Thing is, if you come here to feed and be a sucker and be a vacuum, you know what I'm saying? If your goal is to be a mother freaking vacuum, get the hell off my channel. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. You know? But yeah, your focus shouldn't be Trump. Period. It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that. And what's done is done and is being done by the orders of the higher beings. That's it. You know what I mean? Till things come your way, you handle it straight on. But other than that, mind your freaking business. I'm going to continue to eat my freaking healthy foods. I'm going to continue to fast, stay in tune with the gods. I don't give a what's going on with Trump. I don't give a shit about Venezuela's. I don't give a shit about Mexico. I don't give a shit about none of it. You know what I mean? None of it whatsoever. You know what I mean? You know, my concern is raising that solar vibration. You know? And watching out for these damn devils and demons and these sinners. You know? That's what I'm watching out for. That's what you gotta guard up on, man. Stay warrior strong. Stay warrior strong. You know. Hell with Trump. He's doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's not even the hell with him. Like I said, he's doing what he needs to do. You know what I mean? He's been very transparent thus far. You know, that boy, he sent me a check, man. Good looking out, Trump. He sent me a check in the mail, my guy. Wasn't much, but it was something. You know what I mean? So, it's cool, man. I don't pay this shit no mind, man. Everybody, every celebrity, every bloodline within the society, or what have you, you know, they all made their decision, man. And you know, the 13 bloodlines, they trying to connect that with the 12 disciples, and then you got Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? The royal bloodlines. They trying to claim the solar disc line. That's what they trying to claim. But they ain't that. That's why they color the 12 disciples and the Jesus Christ, you know, pale faces. You know what I'm saying? Pale faces. I was watching, what's that movie, Passion of the Christ. I was decoding that, you know. And reality is, his people wasn't riding. And then he sit up there, he sacrificed himself for the humans. He sacrificed himself for the humans. You know? So all of that stuff that happened, man, that was an ass whooping that was allowed by the gods. Why? Because he wanted to rock out with the humans. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to rock out. So at the end of it, they got him ascending, but all right, cool. He just walked out the cave. I ain't see him go through the sun or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see none of that. So they already told you, man, he died and then resurrect back into the freaking illusions. Because he failed. He failed the freaking mission. You know, but according to you guys, you know, I'm just talking bat shit. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's why the likes is at an all-time low. And then, too, they be shadow banning my shit. I know. The elites be watching my shit. I know. I sense the energy through the numbers. I sense it. And they be shadow banning my shit, making sure that, you know, it don't go out there. They be trying to make sure at all costs, they try to make sure, you know. So yeah, man. They all fulfilling the duty. All of them fulfilling the duty. And not to mention Trump is representing the red, which means he's representing the sun, man. That's why things being structured the way they are in a sense of order, because he's representing the sun, which is the order, and it has everything to do with discipline. You know? Yeah, so they got everything to do with discipline. Whereas the moon is the opposite of that, which have you knocking your head off of emotions. Straight up emotions. The ego. You want to party. You want to go clubbing. Everybody, don't say nothing. You know what I mean? They want to be in the club, getting knocked upside their head, man. You know, out there hoeing for the women out there smashing anything, making deals with demons and devils, don't even know it. You know, yeah, you kings too, man. You out there, man. It's out there screwing around, man. Can't stick the cord, the ether net cord up and everything, man. Can't do that, dogs. Can't do that, dogs. You know what I mean? So, can't be doing that. And also, I want to talk about the spirituality real quick for the spirits. So, spirituality is a specific play by play book when it comes to vessel by vessel by vessel, and it continuously upgrade through disciplinary action, right? So once you be able to occupy that body, there's rules and regulations you must follow. Even a spirit being, these spirits in these bodies, they supposed to be divine in some form or fashion. You know what I'm saying? That way they'd be able to occupy other planets. And uh, you know, this is heaven for them. Which is Earth. Earth is a beautiful place. But it's a beautiful hell. You know what I'm saying? This is a hell for God. Especially when you're dealing with all types of I just got a text. When you're dealing with low frequency like objects, matter, just having to deal with scum, dirt, like it's just the foundation of that, man. It's just a weak ass energy. You know what I mean? That's why the whole thing with, cleanliness next to godliness, man, when you go into a realm where as though there is no tracks being left when it comes to scum, when it comes to dirt, what they call dirt, when it comes to just leaving tracks, just leave or leaving a stench, you know what I'm saying? It's just, the realm of the flesh, which is a hell, you know. Um, yeah, and it's crazy. You would think that the spirits would have a spirit realm, whereas it's divine, but it's not. The physical spirit realm would be the heaven for these guys. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. It also can be a heaven. I mean, when you think about it, for a spirit, because for a spirit to be in a spirit room, that's kind of like a heaven. Why? Because spirits naturally vibrate off the ego and chaos. So but let's really look at it. Earth would be the better deal because you'd be able to feel everything. You'd be able to experience everything. You know what I'm saying? You'd be able to create your own peace or what have you. You'd be able to manifest your own reality. Spirits have the ability to do that in this physical realm. That's why they dive in to, different activities, different training programs, expressing art forms and stuff like that. All of that come from us, because they are able to be in a God body, so they're able to express God-like features, such as, the hands-on activities and things of that nature. So they're able to express that. Because we the first ones to do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, Earth is a hell for gods. Earth is a heaven for spiritual beings. You know, and like I said, you have spiritual beings, spirit beings, human beings, mortal beings that are tapped in religion and stuff like that. That religion is for them. They not even supposed to be in contact with the real like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though you have some of them that are in contact, but it's a small percentage. You know what I'm saying? Of those humans that understand what the hell is going on. And the fact that they know what's going on, they serving the Most High, which determines who lives and who dies. So, if the laws allow it, and he dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies. If she dies, she dies. But the thing is, that's not it. You know what I'm saying? That's not, the journey is not being cut off. That's a continuance. Along with the spirits as well. They have their own journey, but it's limited because they can't occupy, all dimensions. Only the souls, you know, which makes us exclusive to all things. The soul is so exclusive. There's only a limited amount of souls here on the planet. That's the funny part. You got a bunch of black people that got electricity flowing through their body. That's why they say we electrical beings. We bang off this electric. We should be in tune with the moon and all that type of BS. Come on, man. Like, yo. My goodness. Yeah, rudely interrupted by a phone call, messing up my goddamn video, man. And that's what I'm saying. I don't talk to these cats all freaking day. Just call me when I'm making a prestigious video. Like, what are we doing? A knowledgeable, prestigious video. This is royal talk that we having. This is a royal discussion. You know what I mean? Talking to my people, man. It's royal discussion. So yeah. Spirit beings, they have the ability to occupy the planets. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because that energy could be utilized onto other dimensions. So yeah, that's just what it is. And then you got the spirit room where it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot of funny business going on over there. And the spirit realm is big as hell. You know what I'm saying? It's a large, very large realm that you can get lost in. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's nothing to play with, man. When you navigating, you gotta know where you at, man. You get caught up. And then you got deceiving ass demons and devils in the spirit realm acting like they your homie. They acting like they know you. They don't know you. They acting like they for you and with you and willing to die for you. You know what I'm saying? They be fraud. You know what I mean? Be playing with your damn cells and shit, your brain cells and shit while you sleeping. You know what I mean? Giving you on a freaking illusion. But yeah, so you spiritual beings, man, just live it the best you can live it, man. So-called black people trying to be spiritual, or at least souls that's stuck on, maybe you don't get it now, but man, listen, if you don't get it now, you done. You're done. And this is another thing. People really think that And I'm talking about the black race specifically, the so-called black race specifically. They actually think they gonna rule this planet by being spiritual. It just won't work. Hold on. Yeah, that heat, my body heating up, getting rid of that goddamn mucus, man. But yeah, so um people think, these societies think that it just takes for you to just plant your feet in some grass and some dirt and that's it. No, you gotta do work. And when you ruling planets, right, you gotta be in connection with the gods, man. That was the whole thing with ancient Kemet. Why they had the suns on the wall, cause that was the connection, man. And that also represent us. The pure soul light. You know? So with that being said, focus. Raise your light up continuously. Yes, we're gonna be tempted, and there's demons and devils that's gonna try to draw us in, because you gotta understand, man, we in the spirit realm, and then it's a massive, I mean, it's millions of freaking spirits on it, billions of spirits in the physical and the non-physical. So think about that. Think about how many moons you surrounded by, which is why the planet been so weak. You know what I'm saying? Because these clones, they started reproducing something heavy, but you know these guys about to be extinct because they reproduction count is at an all-time low at this point. So you know what I'm saying? They phasing out. They phasing out, and that's a fact, Jack. He phasing out. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, because that's part of the genetic code that they got programmed in them. You know what I'm saying? Limited series. You know what I'm saying? Limited models. That's what it is. Let me stop, man. But yeah, man. Gotta be in connection with the gods. That's just what it is. There's no way around it. Even with the cats claiming this Indian stuff, the Moorish Empire, the Moors, to be honest, that was a time, and that time is I don't know. I ain't gonna say I don't know. That whole program is limited. And then, like I said, these guys, they still praying to Allah. Come on, man. Come on now. Ain't nothing futuristic about that God. You know what I'm saying? That moon God. Ain't nothing advanced. When I think Allah, I'm thinking a spirit God. you know? People better wake up, man. Wake up, stop adopting these foreign gods, man. And erecting these bastards, man. You gotta stop. And that's why you going through what you going through. That's why you eating the poison that you're eating. That's why you always stay in some shit. Because you disconnected. You are disconnected. You always gonna have problems. Especially if you're a real being and you going against the original plan. You going against the program of the Lord's, from which you came and been sent to follow through. And you going against that. So, Yeah, gotta connect with the Lord. That's the only way you rule this planet. All these other societies and all of that, Black Panther Party and all that. I respect what they doing. I respect everybody what they doing because they could be doing some effed up stuff, doing anything else, causing strife, chaos, all types of madness out here. So I respect y'all flow, but just know y'all flow ain't the top flow. That's just what it is. It ain't the top. It ain't the apex, because all of those things all still based in religion. Point blank. Period. Now you want to talk out loud? Okay, arm, leg, arm, head. That's cool in the game, and that's the whole point with that. Especially with the guys in Earths, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Which was a good organization. And you got to understand that these are expressions. These societies that we created, these cultures that we created, those are expressions that all have everything to do with our soul makeup. So we bring it here in the physical with symbols and meanings, metaphors, symbolism. Like, that's what we deal with. So, yeah, with that being said, for the spiritual beings, Earth is a beautiful place for you guys, but it's a hell for us. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful here, but understand that where we from is way better than what the fuck is going on down here. Way better. This is below our standard. So we come here to experience this servitude of life here with this human experience. You know what I'm saying? Because what we doing is we forfeit our thrones to come down here, touch down on, green grass, you know, the copper soil. We made the decisions. We wasn't forced to do anything. You know, so we here to rise up again. And, excuse me, we provide a service with spreading the knowledge as much as possible. Some are able to wake up and it resonate, and then some people are just still brain dead, still on middle midget mode. So it is what the freak it is. Folks is gonna wake up when they gonna wake up. Yikes, this yawning is uncontrollable. But yeah, I'm out, man. I just wanted to do this video. And to, shout out to the goddesses. Goddesses, we need y'all. We need you. For the goddesses that's out there wearing wigs, we need you to take that off. Take that shit off and throw it in the trash. I don't care if you're bald, you going through some illnesses. Listen, there's ways of fixing that. You just gotta, get on up and keep on trucking. That's it. And take care of your health as best as possible. And I'm talking about getting sunlight, eating plants, getting your herbs up, all of that, getting your tea game up, man. Listen, it's ways that you can better your health, man. Your defense system, okay? The hell with the immune system. It's the defense. It's your armor. You know what I'm saying? You talking about your immune system, your nervous system. Why is your system nervous? You know what I'm saying? That's a key term to program you to have a weak freaking aura. You know what I'm saying? A nervous system. What type of crap is that? It's a defense system. Just as simply as when these foods are being broken down in the body, it's a defense system that's going on there because the body, the organs decide, or the organs, everything decide whether they want to accept what you consumed or not. If they don't accept it, because your organs is a harmonized machine which operates off the soul. You know, it's a working body, whereas it have his mind of his own, but it operate off of the soul. That's it. You know, but these organs work, whereas it's observing and it's scanning what's being consumed. So it's going to either accept it or it's going to reject it. And that's where your vomiting come in at. Because vomiting shows that your body don't accept it. Like, what are you doing? Your body has a mind of its own. Your hair have a mind of its own. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you can communicate with your body. You have to be in charge of the vessel, because the vessel is the ego in itself. So with that being said, you, the soul, have to override this makeup and be in control of the captain's seat, captain's chair. You know. So yeah, my next video is gonna be about, I ain't even gonna say nothing. But yeah, this is my quick video on spirituality. Um, all the spirit beings and all you spiritual folk, so called black race that's into that's adopting that, you already done. It's over for you. If you don't get it now, you're done. Spirituality, you probably part of the NPC world, and all of that. You probably part of the illusion. Trying to act like you're us, but you ain't us, my guy or my woman. Yeah. So yeah, but I'm out of here, man. Nine is it, non-essential. Peace.